Sri Krishna says, I am not interested in your transactional love. Suppose I don't give you anything and I take everything away from you. I make you a pauper. I put you on the road and I say, yeah, take a begging bowl and go. Go and beg for food. Will you like me or hate me? If you have this kind of a love for Krishna, then it is a conditional love. You say to Krishna, you give me this, then only I will do this for you. You see, our life is always like this. We first insist God has to give us something. That is conditional love. There is no love in that. You are only doing transactions with God. You go to a church and you think that, oh, today I will go to the church because I want to get this. I go to temple and I give some offering over there and I think, God owes me this. So Sri Krishna is very clear over here in saying, please do not consider this. It has to be single pointed love. It's non-conditional. There is unconditional love you should have for me. So now today we are going to begin a new chapter. This is chapter 7. We are doing chapter 7 of the Bhagavad Gita. This is a yoga of jnana, which is knowledge of Nirgun Brahma, and Vijnana, which is the knowledge of manifest divinity. So before we begin the first verse, these are not the same. The knowledge of unmanifest and the knowledge of manifest divinity are two separate terminologies we are going to explore in this chapter. Alright, so let us begin. We are doing chapter 7, verse 1 of the Bhagavad Gita. Sri Bhagavan said, Arjuna, now listen how, with the mind attached to me through exclusive love and practicing yoga with absolute dependence on me, you will know me, the repository of all powers, strength and glory, and the other attributes, the universal soul, and in entirety, and without any shadow of doubt. So Sri Krishna is telling Arjuna, first you got to believe in me. So have faith in my words. If you look at me and you think I am some ordinary person, then your faith will waver. So he says, you first have to have the faith in me, have this belief, and then you listen to my words. Why? Because I am going to tell you the absolute truth. There is nothing wrong in these words. These is perfect words. They will give you an understanding about what or who I am. So, first you attach your mind to me, which means you should love me like I am the ultimate love of your life. So, what it says is, people, when you ask a child, whom do you love the most? Do you love your father or your mother? And this is a very common thing which happens in almost all the households. The child sometimes will say, I love mommy. Sometimes he says, I love daddy. And if he wants to be neutral, he will call them out both and he will say, both of you are very good. But the truth is different. The truth is, he does not love either of them. but he is forced to believe that he loves his mother or his father. All this happens because of conditional love. My mother has given me this, that is why I love her. My father takes me out, that is why I love him. The love in a family or in any other place is only conditional. These same people, the same child, when he grows up or she grows up, they will hate their parents. They will not want to be with them. They would rather stay thousands of kilometers away and avoid them like plague. The parents are also like that. They are not able to cope up with their own children. So then what kind of love is that? That is so much conditional. Conditional love is all about give and take. It's all about you do this for me and I will do this for you. The child has to clean his room, then the mother says, I will do this for you. It is always about transactions. This love is purely transactional. Same thing between husband and wife, between two lovers. It's a transactional love. Sri Krishna says, I am not interested in your transactional love. Suppose I don't give you anything and I take everything away from you. I make you a pauper. I put you on the road and I say, yeah, take a begging bowl and go. Go and beg for food. Will you like me or hate me? If you have this kind of a love for Krishna, then it is a conditional love. You say to Krishna, you give me this, then only I will do this for you. You see, our life is always like this. We first insist God has to give us something. That is conditional love. There is no love in that. You are only doing transactions with God. You go to a church and you think that, oh, today I will go to the church because I want to get this. I go to temple and I give some offering over there and I think, God owes me this. So Sri Krishna is very clear over here in saying, please do not consider this. It has to be single pointed love. It's non-conditional. There is unconditional love you should have for me. Because I am going to test your love. First and foremost, I'll take away everything that you have away from you. I won't even leave you with anything. Take the case of every devotee, the highest devotee of Krishna. Not some random person who thinks that they are devotees. No. You have to literally surrender everything to Krishna. Whether it is money, whether it is your own body, it is your mind, everything you have to surrender. That is why there are great people like Mirabai. She didn't keep anything with her. She just surrendered everything. Tukaram Maharaj's story I told you yesterday or day before. He did not keep anything with him. All his money was taken away by people. Okay, his wife had to go out and do some work. He was lost only in Panduranga. Panduranga is Krishna, by the way. The name Panduranga came because that particular place, which is Pandharpur, or is also called as Vithoba or Vithala, he stands on a brick. That is why. Anyway, coming back to our part. So you have to first give away everything. So Draupadi, when her entire clothes were getting removed, then only Sri Krishna will come. Otherwise Krishna will not come. If you think that you are going to hold on something, oh, this is my money, my money, my money, I cannot give everything. I'll give you 5 paisa out of this, 95 paisa I will keep. Oh, I'll give you 50 paisa. You know, half of it I will keep. When that kind of a devotion is there, there is no devotion in that. Okay? It's conditional. You think you are taking care of yourself. You really start believing, I need to keep money for my family, my future, my this, my that. Krishna says, oh really? You are going to take care of your family? Then why do I need to be there? I don't want to be in your life. You can go take care of your family because you are some karmic being, no? You are some average human being who does not have, who has conditional love for me, okay? If I earn 100 rupees, I will give you 5 rupees, I will give you 10 rupees. Sri Krishna is clear. I want 100% love. I don't want this kind of a nonsensical love of yours. Otherwise, you are not my devotee. You are some ordinary person who keeps on asking me for things. Do this, do that, come on, do this, yeah, all that. So, through exclusive love, so I hope you understood, this is exclusive love. No other thing should come in the way. Alright? You can't keep something for yourself and say, oh, this I will have to do as a security deposit for myself, you know. Really? You want a security deposit, then you keep it to yourself. Then you have to bother about your own life. I am not interested in your life. So what you think you are giving me is just, putting it in my begging bowl. I am God Almighty boss. I am not some ordinary person. Don't give it to me because you think I am some ordinary person. Alright? Because he is going to say this in the words that are going to come. Practicing yoga with absolute dependence on me. Did you understand this? You have to depend solely on me. You cannot say that I have to bother about my life. I have got my family, I have got my children. How can I give this to Krishna? Because if I give this to Krishna, who is going to take care of my family? Who is going to take care of my husband, my wife, my children? This, that, I have to pay my EMIs. Sri Krishna says, okay, you are such a petty human being, you want to bother about all these futuristic things, then that means you think you are some great sheikhs in your life, you're making your life. So do one thing, you are not at all, you are not convincing me that you are depending on me. What is dependence on me? 100% dependence on me. I am the one who runs this world. I am the one who gives everything, everybody, everything. And you think you are some great sheikh that you are going to keep this for yourself? Alright, keep it. Then you are not dependent on me. Then you are dependent on your functionalities, I am doing this, I am working, no. Akka Devi was another great saint. When she had to join Samartha Ramdas, the guru of Shivaji Maharaj, now Samarth had never heard of this lady, in the sense that he must have heard, but he said, I have never heard. So she comes to know that he is coming to her town. This is in South Maharashtra. What she does is, she goes to visit him when he comes over there to do his satsangs. So he does satsangs all across that place. So when he goes over there, he does his satsangs. So she goes to him and she says, I want to join you. Please can I join your group? So Samartha Ramdas says, yeah, you can join if you want to. But first you have to leave everything of yours away. Now, if this kind of words is said to any person in today's day and age, they will not want to do. They want to hold back onto something. Oh, this is my family, I can't leave them. These are my children, I can't leave them. Who is going to take care of them? I am the only one over here who is to take care of them. This lady, she goes home and she starts giving, now she's a very, very rich lady, okay, in the town. So she starts giving her the cows to the Brahmins, this to this person, that to that person. She doesn't even keep her house. Only has one piece of cloth on her body, and next morning she goes to visit Samartha Ramdas. She says, I have given away everything. Now I am only dependent on you. So he says, follow me. There can be no such devotee in this world. Everybody is so flimsy in their world. Nobody has the guts to follow. Everybody says, oh, I am a great devotee of Krishna. Nobody is. They are only bothered about their family, their people around them, their jobs, their money, their properties, everything. Nobody actually cares. For this kind of people, the only life that they have is a recurring life. And you know what happens after their death. They will be coming back again and again and again. But because they had no faith in God, what womb are they going to get? Do you think they will get a higher womb? Sorry, they will get a lower womb. And this is how it works. So, you have to be absolutely depending on me. You can't keep anything to yourself. You can't say, this is my money for myself, okay? You will know me. You will then know me, because I am the repository of all the power, the strength and the glory. I am that repository. I am the power. I am that glory in human beings. I am that strength in a person. Whatever the strength might be, physical, mental, whichever strength, that is me only. And other attributes that you have. Whether you are good looking, whether you have great brains or whatever, all these attributes are me only. I am those attributes. I am the universal soul. Here, Sri Krishna is directly telling us that he is the universal soul in entirety and without in shadow of doubt. So don't doubt me. I am that power, the highest of the power, the highest of the glories, and the highest of the strength, and any other attribute that you can think of, I am that person. And don't you have any doubts on me. Even this much amount of doubt will destroy the relationship that you have with me. So you depend solely on me. We are doing chapter 7, verse 2. I shall unfold to you in its entirety this wisdom, the knowledge of God in his absolute formless aspect, along with the knowledge of the qualified aspect of God, both with form and without form, having known which nothing else remains yet to be known in this world. So Sri Krishna says, when you have surrendered so rightly to me, when you have absolute faith in me, when you have unconditional love for me, when you have 100% devotion to me, then I will tell you all this wisdom, the highest of the wisdom that is there in this world. Knowing this one thing you need to know, then there is nothing else to know. You don't need to know anything else in this world. That means if you think that you have to learn some Vedas and this and that, don't bother your head about it. Because all these go to this final destination, that is me only. If I am telling you about myself, don't you think that would be the highest of the wisdoms? So Sri Krishna says, I shall unfold to you, those who are my dearest devotees, I shall unfold to you the entirety of this wisdom, the knowledge of God, in his absolute formless aspect, that is the total Brahmanyana. I will give it to you. You don't have to ask anything. The full Brahmanyana I will transfer it to you, telling you what is Brahma all about, along with the knowledge of the qualified aspect. Qualified aspect means in this Brahma, Brahma means the unmanifest. How is it that I disappear and I appear as a person also? Got it? The Brahma is there, which is called nothingness or zero, where nothing exists. So from that nothing, I come, which means something appears. If you can see me, touch me, feel me, that is called the manifest form. It's a form with attributes. And there is another form which is a form without attributes, like Narayana. You know, Narayana. So Narayana's form cannot be actually understood. But when we go to a temple of Narayana, we see him sleeping on the Adishesh, on the ocean of milk. He is always in a state of samadhi, yoga nidra. Now that is the depiction. But would you want to see that Narayana also or no? As a side this thing I'll tell you. We have a flower lady over here, and she will always say Narayana, Narayana. So what she will do is, every time if we go to her place, first thing is she will make one, the most wonderful smelling flowers, malli or something like that, all those, and she will come with one mala and she will give it to me, Narayana, this is for you. She was here for the Guru Purnima with her son. So now that is her devotion. Narayana, Narayana. Narayana is a form nobody can understand. It is a form. But whether it's a form or not, we don't know. So Sri Krishna says, I will explain to you Narayana also. This kind of a form, which is formless, means no attributes. And then I will explain to you also the one with the form. The Krishna that you see, he is the one who has a body like this S-shaped, and he stands over there with one murli in his hands, and then there is Radha next to him. That also I will explain to you. He says, I shall unfold to you in entirety this wisdom, the knowledge of God in his absolute formless aspect, which is the Brahma, that is Brahmanyana, along with the knowledge of the qualified aspect. Qualified aspect, something which is qualified with all attributes and stuff like that, in which both with form and without form. Now this is with form, Vishnu form, Mahavishnu form, this everybody knows. That is Sri Krishna form also, Sri Ram also. It's a form. They have taken some form. That I will explain. And formless, Narayana form. Nobody knows who he is and what he is. Sri Ranga also. In a Sri Ranga, nobody knows Sri Ranga. Who is Sri Ranga? How do I know? That is, he is the formless one. That is what I will explain to you. Having known which, if you know this, then there is nothing else in this world that you need to know. Because that is the ultimate knowledge. So if you are my devotee, who is 100% given to me, has got absolute love, no other thing should taint you, you have unconditional love for me and single-pointed devotion, nothing else matters to you except me. So when you have this Krishna, who is telling you all these things, then I will myself, when you believe in this, I will myself give you this ultimate knowledge. And please, there should be no doubt of it of any kind. We are doing chapter 7, verse 3 now of the Bhagavad Gita. Hardly one amongst thousands of men strive to realize me. Of those striving yogis, again some rare one devoting himself exclusively to me knows me in reality. See, there are many people in this world. They think that they know me. So what they think is, oh, I know Krishna. These are the people who really don't have any idea about Krishna. No idea whatsoever. The higher echelons of these devotees, there may be thousands of them. Thousands, not one and two. Thousands. They think that they are devotees. I know Krishna. I have met many of these kind of people many a times. So there, one person I met, he loves to make clothes for Krishna every Gokulashtami, and he will spend a lot of money buying those beautiful clothes for him. I am the highest devotee of Krishna. Good. Krishna will look at him, oh, you are my tailor. Very good. Maybe your dress man for me. You are not the person I want principal character, the hero of the film. I don't want some ordinary people. So these are ordinary people who think no end of themselves. Similarly, I met another lady. She was literally arguing with me. I am the highest devotee of Krishna. You don't know Krishna. I don't know Krishna is what she said. I said, okay, so what do you do? You see, with my own hands, the whole year, I make a quilt for him. Then I go to Chinmaya Mission Temple and I give it to him on Krishna Janmashtami. And every week I am there for that satsang. I said, is that called love for Krishna? You don't understand. You don't know anything about this. I said, sorry, maybe I don't know. She got so angry with me. After that, she left and never came back. It was so funny. I really wondered what she meant by that. So I said, yeah, don't worry. Okay. I'll use it as a cleaning cloth. Okay. When I want to. Well, you can't have arrogance in devotion. You can't have that ego in devotion. Understand one thing. I am the greatest. If you say you are the greatest, means you are the worst. This is never understood by people. And don't say anything. Don't utter one word also. Love is unconditional. You don't have to say it. You just have to do it. Do. Your job is to offer. Don't bother about it. Some beautiful stories of, Gopis. When Krishna's Basri starts playing on the banks of the river Yamuna, the Gopis would forget everything. Everything they were doing. They would run from their houses. Some of them have not even put their clothes on properly. Some of them were taking, they're combing their hair. The hair is like that only. Some of them were doing something. They will leave like that and they will run to Krishna. There is a beautiful story of Gora Kumbhar. You should watch this movie called Gora Kumbhar. This is there on YouTube also. Gora Kumbhar, 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 like that. Gora Kumbhar is so much a devotee of Sri Krishna. So he will keep on singing bhajans. He is Narada's avatar, by the way. Okay, so Gora Kumbhar had a very funny stories of Gora Kumbhar also. I will tell you one story just now. So Gora Kumbhar is a married man. Kumbhar means a potter. Potter, you understand, a potter. So Gora Kumbhar, Gora, white, fair, potter. His name is Gora, by the way. Whether he was fair or not, I don't know. But he was such a great devotee of Panduranga. Panduranga Vitthal. So he would be completely lost while he is doing his work. So his pots would come out otherwise also. Now, you know, the potter's wheel, and then they have that mud, the clay where they have to mix it around. So he had a small baby, a child. This child was sitting next to him. His wife had gone out somewhere. And the child, unfortunately, goes in that mud. And the father, without any knowledge, he starts crushing the child in that mud. He has no idea because he's completely talking to Panduranga, Vitthala, 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 Vitthala. He's doing that. And then his wife comes and asks him, where is the baby? And then he realizes the baby is there. He says, what is this? You in your Panduranga, this is what you all are doing to my child? So Panduranga stands before him and makes this child, resurrects the child. So this is basically idea about the kind of devotion that you need to have. That is why Krishna says the highest of the devotee. Only one fellow can reach there. Only one person can reach there. One in zillions. And you have to be that. So you have to devote yourself exclusively to me. Then only you will know me by reality. So, thousands of them are there who may be basic, disciple, devotee or whatever they may be. They are on the sidelines. But there is one who is very, very exclusively devoted, highest of them. He reaches me. Alright? So we have come to the end of verse 3. We will stop over here.